Headphone check. The following episode contains content that isn't suitable for little ears. Please consume with a glass of wine on adult time.
Hey everyone, we're your hosts, Chelsea
And Robin. And this is Don't Mind If We Do. Finally, a relatable podcast for women where we can talk about whatever we want.
Don't mind if we do.
I'm gonna wanna get crazy. Be anything but behave like you do. Make you. Oh, don't mind if we do.
Welcome back to Don't Mind If We Do. And today is a saucy episode.
I'm really excited for this episode. I've been really looking forward to it.
That is
and
fun.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know anything about what we're talking about
Is
today.
that like true or you're just
No,
pretending?
it's 100% true.
Because I know so much about it.
I know nothing about it. I'll be honest. I will often see the stores
Yeah.
that hold the things that we're
Those
going to
things.
talk about today.
The dark stores.
And I'll be like, oh, would I go inside that store? What's inside? What's inside on the other side?
Well, in this episode, we literally see what's inside physically.
Am I going to be okay? Am I going to make it through?
You will, I think. But we will
When you
do
say
a
you
kids
have a
disclaimer.
okay, yeah, let's do that for sure. We're going to need that for sure for this one. So kids disclaimer, and we'll make
so
sure that
if
that's
you're
in.
still listening and your kids are here, well, I mean, it's more a visual thing that you wouldn't want them to be seeing, but probably just kick them out of the room for this one, I think.
When you say you have a lot of experience with today's episode, like would you say like from a young age or from like a medium to older age, you started experimenting
I would
with the items behind the door?
Right.
Yeah.
The no taboo items. I would say from a young adult age.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So like I got a good 25 years experience. Yeah.
What would you start out with?
So I actually used to work at one of these said stores
Oh my
when I
gosh,
was
what?
17.
You've all kinds of jobs that we've never discussed.
So many.
Okay.
That's going to be another episode.
That is another
It
episode.
is,
We keep
yeah.
talking about that. Okay. You used to work, and how old were you when you worked at said store? Okay, 17.
Probably not legal.
Okay.
I don't know.
It
now.
seems not legal. That
Seems not right.
Okay.
Yeah, probably wasn't. I don't know, but or maybe I was 18.
Okay.
19. I feel like I was 17.
So,
Whatever.
so what was
Yeah.
that experience like? That was like
It was.
you know a lot about.
I didn't know anything about them at that age, at that time.
Okay.
So it was a bit.
Did you get free samples? Was that part of the
Didn't
job?
get free
Oh,
samples,
that's too bad.
but
Also, I guess samples isn't the right thing. It's not like you would try them and other people
There's
would
no
also
try me
them.
stickers on
Okay,
them, like
yeah, I
at
got
Bath
it.
and Body Works, where you can just try them. It's not the same.
Okay,
but
all right.
it was. Yeah, it kind of was a bit gross with like the certain people that would come in and ask you to describe things where it just probably a little inappropriate back then.
Okay.
But
now things have probably changed, right? Like things have come a long
changed,
way.
And it's a lot of women shopping in the stores now as well.
Oh, no, I've got some questions. I
Yeah.
just feel like I don't know anybody that I could ask the questions to. So now today,
now
I'm
you
going to be
do.
able to ask the questions because your lovely friend Amber is going to join us and tell us more about the things.
Totally. The
So I'm very
things-
excited.
the
What did
things
you,
that
you
we were
made me
talking
something
about.
here. What did you make
I
me?
did. So today we're sampling
Oh,
a
cheers.
very local
Okay.
Kirkland's coffee from Costco.
That is local, right? I mean,
Local
Costco.
to
Costco's in Langford. That's-
Canada? Or no, it's not even Canadian. It's local to the world. This is
Good.
a world
you
podcast
put
today. Mm-hmm.
You put something in here for me. You put something. What is this?
I drugged you in there to be comfortable for the episode.
Okay, thank you. Thanks. I don't.
It is cinnamon bun creamer.
Oh, I quite like that.
Good.
Yeah, I quite like me a good cinnamon bun.
I like a cinnamon bun, but not in my coffee. But you got it. Special for you today. Today we can't drink because I have to drive. So
Okay.
yes. But I do want to thank you for leaving me alone all summer, basically.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Unsupervised. I don't know.
Unsupervised. So
Yeah.
it's good to be back in the fall, back
It
to
is.
work, back to
Back to pumpkin spice.
pumpkin spice. Oh, I tried to make pumpkin spice pudding.
Oh, how was that?
Horrible.
Okay.
The taste was good, but it was like, it was a very weird texture. It was disgusting.
Okay.
It was more like a pie filling. but
I don't think I would hate it.
Not
Is there
in a
any
pie
left?
filling. It was
Okay.
good. So Amber, actually, who we're going to talk to today, she was over and we started dipping cookies in it with whipping cream. So we made it like a pie and then it was fine. But just as pudding, like chocolate pudding, I could eat the whole bowl. Not the pumpkin spice latte pudding. It's a no.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a pumpkin spice toy that Amber's going to talk to us about.
Oh, you just spilled the beans on what we're talking about today. Toy, toy, toy.
Is it time?
It's time. Dun, dun, dun. Should we welcome her? Are we ready? Again, send your children out of the room
I don't
for
know
this
if I'm
one.
ready.
But bring in your husbands and your partners because it's not a bad thing for everyone to learn.
That is true.
It is a very important thing for both sides. Here we go. Deep breath, deep breath.
Thank God Amber is here for all of my sex toy needs. Okay?
We'll just jump right into it like that.
Yeah, I don't know, Amber, I'll be honest with you. This is a topic that I know very little about.
really?
I have had very little experience with.
Whoa.
So I am looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to how you're going to present this to us because it is an audible medium.
Yeah.
Right?
You have
So
to
I'm just thinking
describe.
about how, like will we be vibrating a lot of the time during this conversation? Is that going to be something that's happening?
We won't
I
be.
think we're going to work some in.
Yeah. You and I won't be, though. Like, she's.
Why not?
Didn't bring any over.
Okay.
This
Well,
is-
I guess it's not
Oh,
sanitary.
I didn't get the notification. I could have lubed you guys up.
I don't know, Amber. I don't think it's sanitary to borrow
It's
things
not.
like this.
And
is
I'd
it?
like
I
to
don't-
say I have lots I could lend you, but we're on live whatever,
Don't say
so
that.
that would be
Yeah,
weird.
that's weird.
So,
See,
yeah.
it's not
I have none.
COVID friendly.
Oh.
It's not COVID friendly.
I have nothing, and I've never bought it from Amber, so.
Amber, how do you even get into this business? Like, I'm going to describe Amber to you right now. Amber looks like she's probably some sort of a goddess. Like,
Yeah.
you've got
She-
long, flowy blonde hair. You've got
Yeah.
a beautiful dress on. You're in like a professional setting. Like, when I think potentially, and I'm not trying to, stereotype or whatever, when I think sex toys in my mind,
This will
I
be
think kind
interesting.
of a little bit dungeony. I think kind of a little bit dark, and this is not at all what you are. Like, when you are presenting yourself right here, we're going to take a photo so that people will be able to see it too on social media. You're not at all. You're like the princess of the underworld.
Oh, that's so sweet, Robin. Thank
Is
you.
it? I don't know. Is that a compliment? I feel like it
is-
should be.
It's kind of an insult to
Yeah.
everyone else, though.
I don't know. I
that
don't know.
uses
I
sex
just,
toys.
I'm not, it's no, you're not at all what I expected. And I think that's actually a really good thing, right? Because I think for a lot of women, it can be intimidating.
But why do you think that people that use sex toys
Yes.
just use them in dungeons?
Well, I
That's
don't think
weird.
that they use them there. I just think that they buy them there. Okay?
From the
very
dungeon.
kinky.
Yeah. Is that where a lot of sex toys are? Is that where they come from, Amber? You tell me.
The dungeon?
Yeah. Is it in dungeons?
Well,
Okay.
I mean, in my experience, of course, there's the traditional sex store. And so I've been in business in the sexy fun world for almost 7 years now. And I like to kind of bring that fun, playful element so people can gain comfortability within the subject because it is, it's very dungeness and taboo. So kind of want to open it up for people to feel more comfortable, safe, and open the opportunity to have fun with it.
Yeah, I think it's great. And I think I talking to you and looking at you, I feel completely non-threatened by this conversation.
Robin
So-
will be making a purchase
Right.
at the end of this show.
Fabulous.
Amber.
I'm loaded, so.
So where do you start? Like, say you're me, and you're like, I don't know what I need or what I want. Like, where do you start, Amber? Like, where does one even start in this industry? And how did you even get involved? How did you end up in this industry?
Yeah, no, good question. So I used to be extremely shy, and I had gotten out of a really bad toxic relationship that left me feeling very small. Back in the day, I worked in the service industry, so I was serving 12 hours a day and looking for almost a way to force myself back into meeting like strangers and people and having conversation and getting kind of myself out in the world again. And so I had hosted this Love Wings party, had so much fun with my girlfriends and learned a lot because being shy, not really wanting to I had been to a few sex stores just to check things out, but I never made any purchases because I was like, oh my God, who's going to see me in here running out the door?
Right, worse. Who's going to
there's a
see you
dungeon.
leaving? Who's going to see me leaving, Amber? Okay, that's it.
Who's going to see me leaving?
Yeah.
And like, what am I have a black bag? Ugh, nope, can't do this.
I
Okay.
have a black bag.
So I kind of, I don't exactly know what made me sign up. The lady who's been one of my mentors for years now, she was just so much fun and made me feel so comfortable. And I kind of felt like there's a void, and this was something like I always want to help people. That's my number one goal in life. And when it first started, it was, okay, can I be a nurse? Nope, I pass out in hospitals. So that's it. So then
Not a
it
good
was
choice.
great. Service industry. Yeah, I love, helping people, serving people, that sort of thing. So I had done that for probably 10 years at the time, and then was kind of looking for something new to explore. And, what does a very shy individual do that wants to meet new people? Why not? Sign up to sell sex toys. That just makes sense.
Makes total sense.
Why not? Right? What have you got to lose, though? Seriously, you had nothing to lose, right? So that's... Yeah.
Literally. And as soon as I signed up, I was like, how am I going to explain this to my parents who have, profusely told me, go back to school, I signed up for college a few years ago. I had a scholarship, and I ended up moving to the Cayman Islands for 6 months. So, now I'm signing up to sell sex toys. They were a little hesitant about it, but it's been a magical experience in my life. Totally, it really has helped me grow as a person. And I just love that very question, like how does one go and even start approaching the conversation of, I want to buy a sex toy. Mm-hmm. So I want to be that comfortable, safe place for people. And, I've been doing this for 7 years. I've done hundreds and hundreds of parties, and it's been very, very rewarding for me. So I think the place to start is, what do you like? Like, are you looking for...
I don't know.
Why don't you tell us some... like the stuff that you say at your party, some of the education part for women might help
I
Robin
love
too.
Sexual education.
But then it helps everyone who's listening that might not know.
Yeah, like I don't know. I feel like I'm not the only one that doesn't know what to do.
God, you are definitely not the only one. I have this conversation quite frequently with people, and I love it. Well, if you think back, what is our sexual education? Don't have sex because you're going to get pregnant, or we're going to put out these very vivid, disgusting images, and you're going to get one of these diseases. So you just don't ever have sex.
Just don't do it.
And if you're going to, here you go, come up to the front of the class and throw a condom over a Woody or a banana.
Yes.
Just, that's the extent of it. There's no conversation with pleasure. And that's like a huge part of sex, connection. And we kind of like shove it under the rug and don't open it up for discussion unless we've had a few drinks, with our girlfriends later on. So I really love that topic. And my favorite part of it is helping people to be like, oh my God, I'm normal. And like that sense of relief. Like for example, I love lube, and I will tell people that with no problem, because I'm hoping it'll change other people's opinion on it. Because for a long time, it's been, oh, well, if she's not wet, she's not turned on. And that couldn't be more far from the truth. Someone can be roaring turned on and like ready to get it and dry as a desert. And it's so, it's not a nice feeling for the partner to be like, oh my God, like I am so turned on. And then, her partner's like, she's not wet, so I must be doing something wrong. And there's all this confusion and miscommunication within the bodies. And we need to understand, I love to give this analogy. So vulva owners, first of all, very important. It's not the vagina, it's actually the vulva to describe the whole kind of bits down there. So I say vulva owners and penis owners.
We're the
That
vulva
way,
owners.
As opposed to a Volvo owner. Very
Right.
different.
As to a vagina owner. Or
Also
or
vulva.
female or a he-she situation. I just stick to vulva owner and penis owner.
Okay.
So vulva owners aren't like an Instapot, like boom, we're instantly wet and we're ready to go. No, it's like we're more like a crock pot. The time, the sizzle, so important.
This is also a cooking show.
Yeah. P.S.
I have an Instapot. I think Chelsea and I were talking about this the other night. Got to use mine more. But seriously, it requires that time, that attention, very important though, time to warm up. And even, let's say you've had 20 minutes of foreplay warm up, because that's generally the magic number for a vulva owner. And you're still dry down there. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. There's so many different reasons why people experience vaginal dryness, and you're normal at the end. You're excessively lubricating, you're normal. You don't lubricate at all, you're normal. It takes you 20 minutes to get in the mood and get the lubrication production going. You're normal is the point, but you need to take care of whatever status you're at. So as far as not feeling lubricated, freaking use lube. That's what it's there for. It's going to protect your bits, which is very important. Very thin tissues.
You're frozen. It's going to protect your what? What is it going to protect?
Your best bits.
We missed it.
Sorry, say that again. And we're just from the, what the lube does. Just
Yeah. So you're protecting your best bits, like, your sexy bits. You want to protect them. The skin's very thin. Tears can occur very easily. Friction causes those tears. Also, our comfort level. So just using lubricant is going to make the experience way better. I promise you. Go use a toy. Go have like actual intercourse and tell me what's better, lubricant or no lubricant. Lubricant's going to win every time, unless you're one of those excessive lubricators and you're just like got this waterfall pouring out. Like, hey, you're good. You're probably good.
This is also a nature podcast. This is also a podcast about nature and
about
cooking.
Waterfalls and Instapots.
Yeah.
Generally not the case. So using that lubricant, so important. Gonna just, provide more pleasure, make you more comfortable. And then another thing about lubricant, fun fact, semen can actually alter the pH balance of our vagina, which can cause issues. So we actually have a pH balancing lubricant, so it kind of keeps things normal. And normal for vulva owners is higher on the acidity level, and that's kind of where you want to stay. So that's just another fun little tidbit for you.
Is that why women get a lot of bladder infections? Like, because often as women we do, right? Like that's
yeah. Bladder infections can be one, and sensitivities. So you want to be selective in the lubricant department. Parabens and there's another ingredient that you'll find in some natural lubricants that you just want to be careful with. And if you're really sensitive, like that's when you want to kind of steer clear from any flavored lubricants. But using a lubricant, absolutely, it's going to help to keep you balanced and healthy down there. And of course, always pee after sex. Always.
Great tips.
Always.
Okay, so we get our lube, and then what do we do, Amber? What do we buy?
Have you ever had the sex talk? Do I need to tell you how it works?
Know what to get? Like,
okay.
There's
what
so
do you
many
buy?
things. Like, there's so many. Like, how do you?
You have so many options, and that's what's so cool about living in this, this kind of phase of the world is we have endless options. So for majority of the vulva owners, it's all about clitoral stimulation. And truthfully, only about 20% of vulva owners actually reach orgasm during intercourse. So it's not the whole like P and the V that really does it for most of us. It's all the other stuff. So
which is a good thing for people to hear, because
because a lot of people think stuff's wrong with them, right?
Because it's that's
again the whole something's wrong with me, and
or that's not how it's supposed to be, or whatever. But
supposed to be, that's different one. So that foreplay, that the warming of the crock pot is so important. Get the sizzle, spend the time, get in the mood, and the lubrication will start to flow in. So that's another part. But again, lubrication, add lubrication.
Amber's all about the lube.
Even better. Oh, I am. I love lube. I want to like promote it so hard to all the people.
Everyone needs lube.
It's so important.
You're
yeah.
the Mrs. Lube to Mr. Lube. Okay,
Oh,
it's you're
good.
Mrs. Lube. Okay, hashtag Mrs. Lube.
Definitely. So with different areas of pleasure, and that's, again, there's so many different ways. There's so many different pathways to pleasure. Again, clitoral being the biggest one. So clitoral vibes are probably the most popular because it's also the easiest way to achieve pleasure. And sometimes I go back and forth. Like there's emphasis on orgasms. And then there's also, I kind of want to streamline it more to emphasis on enjoyment and pleasure and just enjoying the experience. Because that's another thing that happens is there becomes this, I have to reach this orgasm and I'm failing if I don't. Mm-hmm. And that kind of takes away from the experience in the first place. So really focusing on the pleasure. And yeah, if you make it to the big release, hallelujah, yay, very exciting. And definitely a good vibe will help you get there, no doubt about that. So there's the clitoral vibe, there's internal vibe. So most of us are clitoral lovers, like easy button, boom. And then there's others that love internal stimulation and they're not so much into the clitoral. So it's beautiful. We're all different. Then you've got your dual stimulators. So one, the clitoral and internal are being stimulated at the same time. I'm going to grab you guys some examples. I know our listeners can't see, but
No, you're going to have to describe the
You're gonna
heck
have
out
to
of it.
describe this, Amber. Good luck to you. Okay.
So we'll bring it back to the clitoral, because that's where we kind of started this conversation. So
Oh, that's
they
the one
kinda-
you were talking about.
It kind of
Yeah,
looks like a
I was telling you
mascara
about.
wand. This
It
looks
does.
like a mascara
Oh,
wand. Is
mascara
that-
one. Yeah, totally.
With Swarovski crystals, it looks like.
So super sexy, super sleek. It's called Glitter Crush. I mean, it's adorable.
I need it.
It's super sexy. Like, this is a very sexy vibe. And yes, you have these beautiful Swarovski crystals, which just makes it so fun.
So much better.
So this toy is half glass, half silicone. So you get two different experiences in this toy. The cool thing about glass is that you can actually warm it up or cool it down. So if you wanted to incorporate that, different level of sensation, that option is available for you. And it's quite powerful. I wonder, where my mic is on this thing.
Yeah, can you hear it?
Whoa.
Okay, that's like a low setting.
Sounds like a tractor.
I know, you guys hear that?
Yeah, you can hear the buzzing.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay.
So
Yeah.
small but mighty, packs a powerful punch.
You can still hear
this
it.
How many hours can you get out of that, Amber? On average.
Quite a few. I don't know exactly, because everyone uses their toys differently, and
I'm going to use mine all at once. Okay.
So next episode,
Go.
she'll let us know how long it lasted for Robin on one
Is there-
charge.
Yeah, is there, if you're just starting out, is there a limited time that you should try things out for?
no.
Oh, okay. All
You
right.
just take your day of pleasure.
Take the
Squeeze it
day.
in. And that's the other thing. You can take 5 minutes, a minute, 30 seconds out of your day and go for a quick buzz, and it's just going to put a big smile on your face. You are going to be way more pleasant to deal with for the rest of the day. Maybe
Oh,
even
my word. Robin calls in sick for work.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm busy.
Yeah. They're also fun for the shower. So if you're afraid, your kids are hearing and you're like, I just have no time to enjoy my sexual pleasure anymore. Cool. Take your vibe to the shower and bust one out in 30 seconds. I don't know.
Is that one
do.
waterproof?
Yeah.
That one
So there's waterproof, and then there's so waterproof basically means shower proof.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's actually submergible. So when a toy is submergible, that's when you can bring it into the bathtub. So I'll show you guys one of those. But yeah, fantastic clitoral toy. Great, because you can use it for solo play or with your partner. And then
If
on
only we
this-
had those.
Yeah. Do you have any partners available,
Yeah,
Amber?
do you sell partners
Sell
as
partners?
well?
partners. Not currently.
You would really make a killing.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, they're hard to find. Those ones.
We tried that
Those-
with Alana too. And do you sell the partner with the picnic? It just hasn't happened yet.
What
But I
is
wanna-
that? Wait, what is that? The thing that you're holding looks like a chicken foot. Okay.
Okay, good guess. Chelsea, what do you think?
I know what that is, and I know who
Chelsea
made
already
it.
knows,
That was
yeah.
amazing. That is a 3D
Yeah.
printed clitoris.
That's right.
Amazing.
And it's pretty
It's
amazing.
not a toy. It's not a toy. This
No.
is education.
This is educational.
time.
And let me
Yeah.
tell you
That's
how,
right.
first of all, how amazed I am at what 3D printers can print
Right?
out. I can't
Very
believe that.
crazy.
Like, that
Yeah.
is crazy.
Incredible.
Yeah, our friend Leanne makes them.
I gotta take a
Laxiat.
photo.
We'll
I don't
just
know where
say
this is going, but
I'm gonna
Yeah.
just tell who made it. Laxiat
Leanne made this.
printer. She can print basically anything. She's printed me a dinosaur cookie cutter, and she's printed Amber a clitoris. So
Incredible.
She does it all.
incredible.
Yeah,
Her
she
name
does
is
it all. She
Leanne.
really covers all the bases.
She does. Yeah.
So
are you
I
looking
love to bring this out.
Robin's making a phone call now.
No. I want to take a photo. Do you have your phone?
I do. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll hold it up for
Hold
you.
it up
Right
because
there.
it's picture time for the. Okay, ready? Let's see that thing. Yeah, you wouldn't know that is what it looked like.
Well, then you cover it up and you're like, okay, now do you recognize it?
Right.
Yep.
Right? So I love using my Chloe the Clitoris here to really pound in on that education for the clitoris because it really illustrates how important that clitoris is. The clitoris has double the amount of nerve endings than the penis, just to give you an idea of how important it is for the pleasure pathways. So you've got like your little nub, which I like to call the tip of the iceberg. When, like that's what you see. That's the external bit. It's just this little, like when you're looking at your clitoris, it is this little nub. It's got like a hood on it. It's kind of hidden. But it's the magic that goes on inside that really is important here. So you've got your clitoral legs.
Four legs. There's four.
Yeah,
no,
so
those aren't the
legs,
legs.
and
Legs
then
are the outside.
the bulbs. So
okay.
it's always fun to kind of play around when it comes to the vulva because there's the actual clitoris, your little nub up top here, and then you've got your lips, and like just lying a vibrator on the left side, the right side. I always kind of ask my clients, I'm like, oh, do you like your left better, your right better, and kind of be playful with it because it's important to add that light aspect to it. So everyone's different, and it just goes to show there's so many different ways to experience pleasure, and there's so many different ways to discover new pathways. So you've got, the lips here. So those are the legs. And then you've got the bulbs here. So that's why the first quarter of the vagina, so now we're talking about like the actual hole that, usually stick a penis in. So that area.
Or a toy.
Right.
Yeah, or a toy, whatever. The first 1/3 of that is loaded with nerve endings. Okay. So sometimes, we have this idea of like fast and furious and like pump, pump, pump. But if you slow things down, you can experience different sensations. And yeah, so the Chloe the clitoris here, I know our viewers can't see her, but she's got the lovely clitoris nub, I'm going to call it, legs and bulbs. She looks like a little bit like a penis. So
That's great.
I've
with
never seen a
this-
penis that looks like that.
Well, it's got balls.
Okay. Yeah.
Bulbs, same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's the structure of the clitoris is very large and it's very important for pleasure. So when it comes to G-spot stimulation, the G-spot's more of an area where it's not so much like a location, a spot. I mean, it kind of is, but it's not the same. Everyone's a little bit different. But essentially, if you were to take 2 fingers, insert them inside the vagina, and about 2 inches up where your belly button is, you're kind of going to feel this walnut texture. Everything else is very soft. So you can literally just go home later on and try this out. Go on your
Wait till you
bed.
get home, please.
Go home. Wait till you get home.
We'll see.
I can't see your hands right now, so
Enjoy some exploration. And yeah, so lube up 2 fingers maybe. It's always good. And then you'll feel like you can actually feel around your mouth at the same time. The roof of your mouth is kind of rigid and walnut-like, and then the sides of your cheek are quite soft. So you can literally go inside the vagina there, and you're going to feel that walnutty texture. That's where the G-spot area is, and then everything else is soft and smooth. And the G-spot is actually linked to the whole clitoris network. So if you enjoy clitoral stimulation prior to attempting to kind of figure out the whole G-spot mystery, it's going to be way better for you. And that's the easiest way to kind of understand it. And then we actually have this amazing product called the G-Wiz that helps bring blood flow to the area, because the big thing about, so now getting to the foreplay, clitoris, the importance of it all, a penis, how does it get erect? What happens? Okay, I'll tell you.
Oh, is this question and answer? I was waiting for the
This
answer.
is the question you answer.
How does it? There's many.
How does
different
a penis
ways.
get erect? It's blood flow coming down to the penis, making the penis hard.
Of course.
So the penis is all turned on, all the nerve endings are lit, and that's the same way a clitoris works. And the G-spot is when the blood flow gets into that area, that's when it gets all sensitive and grows. The clitoris actually engorges in size, and so does the G-spot area, because all the blood flow is coming there and making it more sensitive and just like loaded with those delicious nerve endings, just, ready to stimulate. Delicious, yes.
Delicious.
So that G-Wiz actually helps get the blood flow to the G-spot. And when the G-spot's actually filled up with enough blood, it kind of drops. So then it's much easier for a penis or for a toy to hit. So you're kind of skipping the whole getting the G-spot aroused, because that can take about 20 minutes. And let's be honest, most people have sex for like 5 to maybe 10 minutes.
Right.
That's kind of the majority. And you're not going to reach there. So time. We have some shortcuts, let me tell you. Time's hard to acquire.
So what is the G-Wiz? Is it an actual toy?
Not Cheese Whiz.
It's not Cheese Whiz.
Not
That's
to be
different.
confused. Do not confuse the two.
G-Wiz, though, is it a toy? Is it like a thing
Cream.
that it's a cream? Okay.
So the G-Wiz is, it's a stimulant. Oh, it's not really a stimulant cream. It's a cream, and it's super easy. Just take a pump, put it on your finger, shoot it into the vagina. It's okay if you get in other areas.
Just
No worries.
shoot it right in there.
Just shoot it right in there, and it's going to attract the blood to that area. So you're going to engorge the G-spot. Just love that word, engorge. And fill it up with blood, so it's going to gain that sensitivity, so you can actually enjoy the power of the G-spot stimulation.
I feel like I'm too immature for this conversation.
I agree. This is going to have to be a conversation between you and I only, Amber. Okay? I'm sorry about that.
Okay, all right, Chelsea.
Whatever your
Okay.
face, the faces you're making, you're just not saying it.
So you had another toy there, Amber, that you brought out just for a second, and then
Oh,
it
the
went
purple
away,
one.
and there it
Purple
had
one?
it had a bunch of different things on it. I don't know. There
Yeah.
was a bunch of
Like
things.
3 things, not the one
So-
that froze. The other one.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about
What is that? That looks like a cactus.
Coral out of
If
the
you
sea.
stand it up properly, it looks like a
It does
cactus
look like a
plant.
cactus.
Okay, that's exactly
Yeah.
what that looks like.
Robin. It's a cactus you'd want to be poked by again and again.
Mic drop.
Amber's
Nicely
Amber's
done.
hired for this
Nicely
podcast.
done.
Yeah, under the sea cactus, because guess what? It is submergible.
Yes.
Bathtub bestie right here. Yeah. It gets better though. I'm just going to turn it on.
Turn it on and see.
Again, you guys can only see, but it's a disco light party.
Oh, I love the light
You guys
party
see
ones.
the colors
Yeah.
happening there?
Oh, it looks like my keyboard on my computer.
Don't get them confused, because I don't think you should take your computer into
Do
the bathtub.
not.
So lots of-
It also makes a good sound. Like, that's a good solid sound.
Oh yeah, I'll give you some vibes
we hear it
here,
again
and then
then?
we'll describe it to the listeners. But that's the first setting.
That one is way bigger than the other one.
So it's
This episode is not for kids.
Disclaimer.
Episode.
Too late. The disclaimer's too late now.
Yeah, it's very
Okay?
too late.
I think we're a little late on the disclaimer.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah, whatever.
Okay,
So
what's that?
this is called Rock My World.
Yeah, it is.
Right? Very fitting name. And it's, 3 areas of pleasure all at once. So when we're talking about the G-spot, just because we were kind of just covering that subject, you're kind of want to look for a toy that has a bulbous end to it, because where we were talking about where the G-spot, like the location of it, it makes sense, right? You want something to rub that area so that roughly 2 inches in the vagina. Everyone's different, right? Mm-hmm. Yours might be a little to the left, a little to the right, higher up, lower down. And it likes pressure and kind of this come hither motion as well. So that's kind of how you arouse it. But that's why the G-Wiz is so incredible, because it does that work for you. So you can just hop on to literally enjoying it. So it's got lots of ribs here for lots of stimulation and delicious pleasure. As you guys can see, again, a bulbous end here. And then what's really cool about this toy is 3 areas of stimulation. So it's got the tushy stimulator on it. So if you're into the anal play one night and you're not into another, you can actually just pull it back and use it as a dual stimulator. So now you've just got clitoral stimulation and internal stimulation. So,
Nice. So you're not stuck with all 3.
No.
you're not stuck with all 3. Yeah, you've got options here. And
Does the other one
anal
bend back
play-
too?
What was that, Chelsea?
Does the other one bend back as well, the top one?
It
as
does, but
I don't think that's the one you want to miss
it's
out on.
harder to keep it away from the clitoris.
Why would you want to bend that one back?
and I know, right? Why would you? But, sometimes you're just not into anal, so you can just have it sitting outside on your bum, giving it a lovely little massage.
I do like a good
and
bum
other
massage.
times, a little bum massage. Yeah, the bum
See,
massage.
Don't
Robin's
look at me. I'm
laughing
not
in
giving you one.
silence.
I'm not giving
I
you
didn't
one. I
ask
don't know.
you
I don't
for
know
one.
you were
Oh,
looking
my
at me then.
word.
So,
It's too far.
Just a little something.
right?
Yeah. So it's a world of nerve endings, though. It's just there's a lot of bad stigma about the bum. So I could do like an entire segment on the tush.
That might be
Next
another. Yeah,
episode.
that could be
It's
another
important.
episode.
We'll
yeah.
put the disclaimer at the beginning on that one,
Yeah.
at the front.
Amber, what are we looking at cost-wise? And I'm not poo-pooing this, but why would you say get a toy over using your hand? Okay?
gosh.
Have you heard of carpal tunnel?
And so how fast can your hand go, Robin?
Yeah.
Can you just show me,
Let's
how
see.
fast?
Show us the vibrating on the table.
I don't know. My hand can go
Oh, it's
pretty
going
fast.
pretty fast. That's
There you
practice.
go.
Yep.
But that's not
That's not
vibrating.
bad.
No, but it's not
Yeah.
vibrating. Yeah.
Can your hand like constantly twirl?
No, that's too.
Can it,
I don't have
do
that.
this,
That's a
like-
lot of work for me. I don't like doing too much work, Amber. So.
No. So this is why you need these.
Yeah.
There's so many options. So again, the vibration, there's spinning, there's sucking, there's thrusting, there's so many different sensations that you have with toys these days. The options are truly
Plus, your hand is
overwhelming.
not purple and it doesn't disco light.
Great point. Great
yeah.
point.
So-
That's
Yeah,
that's-
your hand definitely doesn't
Yeah.
disco light either. So there's that problem.
No, that's 100% true. So what are you looking at in terms of price-wise if you want to buy like something basic to start out with versus like the deluxe model, which is what I'm going to call the
cactus.
cactus?
Yeah. So I mean, they totally
cactus?
range in prices. So for example, this one right here, it's rechargeable. So all the toys that we have these days are totally rechargeable because batteries suck. They die. Next thing you know, you're searching around your house for batteries in your remote control and your kids are wondering why the TV's not turning on. It's just a nightmare all around. So and they're better for the environment. And the other thing with batteries is they lose their power over time. So your toy starts out really great, and then next time you go to use it, it's like, you just keep the full. It's a really good habit to get into when you're done using your toy. Go plug it in. You're gonna enjoy those hot vibes, like hot, powerful vibes every time. So, but this guy right here is $199 plus tax, which for the toy, the quality, and the reviews that I receive, I think this is like such great value. It's dual. You have the option for the tush. It is submergible. It's super fun. It freaking lights up. It's got 24 different speeds and functions, so you'll never get bored. So that's like a kind of, it's more advanced, more adventurous because you've got the clitoral stimulator, which by the way, also the clitoral stimulator has these really awesome, again, ribs, and it's very contoured to sit right into the little nub, the head of the clitoris as well. So that's a pretty adventurous toy. We have
It's probably not a first timer's toy.
What
Yeah,
about for
I
a
mean-
first timer?
And also, I don't like to say there's a such thing as a first timer toy because I honestly can't tell you how many vibrators I've sold in the last 6.5 years, but I've sold many toys to first timers, and sometimes this is what they want.
right
Yeah,
to it.
that's fair. Yeah.
You know, it's not like to say, okay, it's your first time, you have to stick with something really simple.
Right.
Well, no. What intrigues you? What are you curious about? Do you like
Sure
internal?
enough.
Do you like that idea? Do you want clitoral at the same time? Or are you just fully like, nope, I just want my clitoris to go numb. Like, let me just like get all the power on that thing. So everyone's different. And, you know, so the first time toy ranges. It really, honestly, the best way to approach it is what has you intrigued? What do you want to give a shot at? So, but something more simple. So the Glitter Crush, for example, I love this toy. I think the size is fantastic. It's a great one, like I said, to use
the name of
with a partner, solo play. And this one's 112 plus tax. And it's super sleek and gorgeous. So that's a great clitoral one. Another one of our favorites that I've sold a lot of over the last few years is the Infatuation. Now, this one's great because, as you ladies can see, the girth difference.
It's like a much
Okay.
larger mascara
Much
wand.
larger.
Or like a
thicker.
sausage.
More like
Not a sausage. That's-
yeah. A blue sausage.
Blue sausage.
Blue sausage.
Blue
So-
weenie.
Blue. So it's really great.
Robin's
for
laughing, but
internal.
she's not letting anyone know that she's laughing. She's trying to hold it in just to make me look immature, but
Right?
she's
I
laughing
can
too.
see the
Blue weenie.
like half of her eye
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of
She's just trying to fake it and pretend
holding
not
it
to
back.
laugh.
Holding it back.
So I'll just call you out on that right now. You are laughing too.
So yeah, because of that girth, it's a fantastic toy if you're someone who likes clitoral stimulation, but you also like internal. This is a great option. And remember that first third of the vagina we were talking about. So let's just look at Chloe Clitoris again. So basically, there's two bulbs, and if you were to stick a toy into the vagina, those two clitoral bulbs basically hug around the penis or a toy. So when you add vibration to them, it's like, ooh, I've never experienced that before. That's new. That's fun. So going slow with something like this can be very, very arousing and fantastic. So also a fantastic clitoral vibe.
Is
So
it bendy? Did you just bend it or no?
it's not
that's
bendy.
a
It's
hard
very,
one.
it's very solid. And it's very powerful. Like this will get the job done. We call this the 60 seconds or less toy.
60
So-
seconds or less. That's all you need.
60 seconds
it.
or less.
Yeah.
It has 10 different settings. And it's $179. And like I said, internal, clitoral. Again, lie it flat on the lips, and you're going to feel like different. So the labia, it's going to feel different sensations all over. So really explore and have fun with it.
This is a
Also-
random question going back to that. Do you think it matters right-handed versus left-handed? For
great
people,
question.
if you put on the left side, if you're left-handed, it feels better?
That's a great question.
That's a good question. I should run a poll.
Well, I'll test
I don't
it out.
know. Like I'm left-handed, and I have to think.
Think back.
Left. So I'm a left. So okay.
So it is better on the left for you.
Retrieve some data here. Yeah, better on the left.
Okay.
Left is where it's at.
Okay.
So that's interesting. We'll have to look into that. I was gonna say vibrators also make wonderful massage tools.
That's true.
Oh,
Like the neck,
Think
the
in the neck.
back,
Yeah, that's
the
true.
butt. Got a knot going on in there. Just shove a toy in there and gets it out.
double duty.
Just shove it in there.
Double duty. Yeah, so it's fantastic. So great for clitoral. And then we've got a really awesome dual toy. So again, with the dual, it's clitoral and internal at the same time. With this particular toy, there's no tushiness on it. And it's called the Good Life. And I'm just going to grab it for you guys just to kind of give you two a visual.
Okay.
I'm just pulling out all my eyelashes while we're...
This line over here.
They're annoying. So they're coming out. I'm going to be bald.
So that's the Good Life. So
That one's way
just
higher
to
up.
compare,
Than the other one.
right? This was the Rock My World, and now we've got the Good Life. So you've got just the internal, again, some ribs here, and then the clitoral bit for all that lovely clitoral stimulation. So this toy is rechargeable, has 10 different settings, and what's really cool about this one is that you can have just the clitoral vibrating or just the internal bit. So there's 2 separate motors. And then this one's $179. So the Infatuation and the Good Life are the same price. So the Infatuation is the thicker clitoral or internal vibe. Meanwhile, the Good Life has the design for dual, so the clitoral and internal at the same time.
Love it.
And then things get really crazy.
Okay.
And I'm going to introduce you to that. Actually, I'm going to talk about the one that Chelsea kind of briefly mentioned. So we're built in all different shapes and sizes. Things are a little up, things are a little down, some are smaller. It's all different. So sometimes a toy can feel too large to get it into the vagina in a comfort way. It's amazing how much they stretch, though. I will say that. Lubricant.
Well, if babies can come out, they do stretch.
Exactly. They do stretch. And it really is, some of my clients, they're like, I can't, like, I just can't fit it in. And then it's like, okay, you need more warm up. So make sure that you're getting that warm up, using that lubrication, stimulating prior to insertion. But the Lavish G here is a really cool toy because it starts out nice and narrow. And it has a vibrating feature on it, but I'm not going to turn that on because I want to make sure you guys can hear me. But
Because it's just that
watch
loud.
the toy, Robin.
Okay.
It's a good time for my 6-year-old to walk in.
Is it It's growing. Is it growing?
It's growing.
Amazing. Yeah.
So you can pause it at any point to the desired level of inflation.
Okay. So
I
it
will
literally
not
inflates
confirm
itself.
that I own that, but I will just say I recommend it. So there's no confirmation of anything, but
I feel like you have just confirmed that
no
in
fact confirmation. I recommend it like Amber recommends it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm 100% confidential too. So if anyone ever has any questions,
So she will not tell you I bought
Chelsea
it.
isn't, but Amber is. So just keep that in mind. Okay?
Hey, you can share all your own secrets, but I will not share yours.
Amber, these are awesome. If somebody wants to get a hold of you and wants to get some toys or just has some questions about, the education
Or host
piece
a party and get
wants to
free
host,
toys,
host a
yeah.
party and get a free toy, how do they do it? Where do they find you?
Yeah, totally. The best way is you can find me on Facebook. It's Amber Rozon. I do have a business page, but I honestly just like to go off of my personal page. It's a better way for people to kind of, because sex is kind of, well, very much so a taboo subject. So you get a really good feel of who I am. I'm also a real estate agent. So if you need a house as well.
You also need a house.
That comes with sex
I
toys.
can help you with
Yes,
that too,
yes.
but
Closing gift.
yeah, reach out to me on Facebook. You can always, Facebook or calling me is kind of the best way. So my
And
number
you
is
can check our
250
links here too.
Oh,
Sorry.
good. Yeah. 893-5058. And seriously, if you ever have any questions, totally feel free to reach out. I love this conversation. I'm always open to having it. And if you want to give a toy a go, I'll give you a 20% off discount,
Whoa.
but you got to
Boom.
reach out.
20% discount.
That's really nice. Yeah,
That is
that's
huge.
nice.
Yeah.
So for anybody that's listening, that's a great deal. Yeah,
So we'll have all the links in the write-up of the podcast and then also on our Facebook
Perfect.
pages
Yes.
as
Yeah.
well.
Yay.
Perfect.
Yeah, and we're going to put your real estate one out there as well.
Yeah, and that's
now
that's
that the
fun
houses
part
come with
too.
sex toys, who wouldn't want to buy a house?
I know, it's honestly such a good mix. Like
Perfect.
I'm newer into the real estate industry, and I've done the sex toy business for a long time, and I was kind of looking for, I guess, growth. I've been top of the company for years now, and I was ready for a change. But at the same time, I love helping people to create different pathways of enjoyment and pleasure help with education more than anything. And then if I can help you, smile more and get you to your goal, that's kind of my jam for sure.
And Amber is seriously very good at. She's good at it. She's open. You can talk about anything.
Thank you.
She's awesome.
Amber, how old is your oldest client?
I have clients in their late 80s.
Amazing. Yeah.
And I got to sell one of them their first ever vibrator, and it was just
life changing.
So rewarding. She was so happy. It's kind of sad because she lost her husband. He passed away about a year ago when we had this conversation, and she was so nervous because in her age group, toys were. That's
I'm sure
very taboo.
That was the devil work. That is the devil work.
Totally.
So she's very happy now.
She is.
She's a new woman.
She is.
She's a new woman. So yeah, it's awesome. It's very rewarding. I love it.
Awesome.
Amber, thank you so much for being here on Don't Mind If We Do. Don't mind if we do. Check out these awesome toys.
Don't mind if we do get a bunch of them.
I love the educational piece, and I love that you're willing to share that with women, because I do think it can be something that's super intimidating for people, and I appreciate that you're very open about it. So
so reach out to Amber if you have questions or you want to know more than just Cheese Whiz and Instapots. She'll tell you the real stuff.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, ladies. This has been so much fun. I hope, Robin, I've educated you a bit, that you feel more comfortable, and obviously reach out if you have any quesquestions.
She probably has a suitcase of toys, and she's just pretending.
I've already
that
sent
she
you
doesn't.
a message.
20% off, I'm in.
I love it.
Thanks so much, Amber.
Thanks, Amber. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good vibes to you.
Don't Mind If We Do is brought to you by Vintage Chic Portrait, helping everyday women feel beautiful in their own skin.
Thanks for listening to Don't Mind If We Do. If you loved it, please share this episode with a friend and follow us and check us out on Facebook, and we'll follow you back. As long as you don't mind if we do.
You probably won't mind. You'll probably like it.